Hello friends, I'm Harsimrat, your trainer for today's session, and our session today is on conversation skills. Today we focus on meeting people. Now our last session was on etiquette and courtesy. So this may be seen as a continuation of that session. For here we'll concentrate on meeting people, and we shall do so in a courteous manner. So what are our aims and objectives today? First of all, greeting people, introducing yourself briefly, introducing others, asking for information, simple questions, expressing likes and dislikes, and talking about past actions. When you meet people, you normally indulge in a round of introductions, some exchange of pleasantries, and some chit chat. So that's what we look at today in our session on meeting people. First, let's look at the kind of phrases we use when we meet people. First of all, greetings. Now, when I meet someone, I may use an informal greeting or a more formal sort of a greeting. For example, I may say hi or hello. In a more formal situation, I may say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, not good night. Good night means bye-bye. In meeting, I would say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. And these greetings may be followed by how are you or how are you doing? Now, can you compare these two greetings? Hi, how are you? Hello, how are you doing? There's nothing to compare really. They are the same. Good morning, how are you? Good afternoon, how are you? Good evening, how are you doing? This is the normal way to meet people. Now let's look at a few more greetings. For instance, welcome to India. Now why would I say that? I would say that when I meet a foreigner. Welcome to India. And how do we part from people in a courteous manner or a polite manner? We normally say goodbye, bye-bye, see you. Bye-bye, see you. That's a very informal form of parting or greeting at parting. Similarly, I could say goodbye to Ajay for me, say hello to somebody for me, please give my love to someone. Okay? Do convey my regards to your parents. Next, how do we respond to a greeting? Now, if somebody says hello, how are you? How should I respond? One simple response would be fine. How about you? आप कैसे हो? जी मैं ठीक ठाक हूँ. आप बताइए. So, how am I? Fine. How about you? If somebody says how are you, or if somebody wishes me luck, what would I say? I would say thank you. Same to you. Okay, thanks. So this is responding to a greeting. Not only do you accept somebody's good wishes, you also return them. Now let's briefly consider a few more expressions. Lovely day today, isn't it? What does it mean? It's another expression when you meet people. Hi, how are you? I'm fine. How about you? I'm fine too. Lovely day today, isn't it? Isn't it a nice day? Excuse me. When do we say excuse me? Now we discussed this in our last session to attract somebody's attention. What's the matter? Kya baat hai? Good luck. Good luck, of course, you're wishing somebody all the best. Many happy returns of the day. Now this is of course at a special occasion like a birthday or an anniversary. Happy birthday. Now remember, happy birthday is an interjection. So you have to sound expressive when you say happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Bless you. Get well soon. Now, should I say it in a sad sort of a tone? Get well soon. No, I should say get well soon in a cheerful tone. Could you do me a favor? I'm asking for a favor. Could you do me a favor? May I offer you a drink? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Now, when somebody says thanks a lot, how would you respond? You would say, you're welcome. That is expressing gratitude and accepting gratitude. Would you excuse me, please? Excuse me. It doesn't matter. Now, when do we say it doesn't matter? That's right. We say it doesn't matter when somebody apologizes. Now, we have a very brief sort of a dialogue coming up in the session. I want you to listen to this brief extract. It's just the opening of a conversation. So listen to it carefully and also listen to the replay. We're going to play it twice. Which form is better and why? I'll invite my colleague Disha to join me for the dialogue. Hi Disha.
Hi Harsimrat.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine too.
What are you doing?
Listen to the opening of the conversation once more and then we'll show you a replay. Hi Disha.
Hi Harsimrat.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine too.
What are you doing?
Now listen to the replay. Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine, and how are you doing?
Very well. I've got admission in a good college.
Really? Tell me about it.
Well, it's a very nice college in Chandigarh.
The place where I want to be.
So you listened to that dialogue and a replay of the dialogue. And what difference did you see in both the dialogues? The replay was so much smoother. And where did the difference lie? Apart from the bright hi, that's not really the real difference. The difference is that we didn't get into the question-answer format. Now when somebody says hi and your answer is hi and nothing else, then the other person has to ask a second question. You give a second answer and it falls into a question and answer format. This is not a good conversation. A good conversation would run on. What do I mean run on? I mean when I say hi, Disha says, hello, how are you? She adds something from her end. That is really very important in a good conversation. So the conversation takes off. I think we've done this little exercise for you once or twice before as well, where we've shown you one dialogue in a question and answer format and a second dialogue which is better. So I'm sure by now you understand the difference. When somebody says hello, hello, how are you? Add something. You have to do your bit in taking that conversation forward. So let us note, a repetition of words is not a good idea. When phrases become shorter, the conversation is not really taking off. So dialogue 1 was a rusty start. By dialogue 2, the replay had no repetition of words. There were longer phrases. The answer and the next question becomes one response. Therefore, the conversation begins smoothly. Now I'd like to invite my colleague Disha to join us again for another dialogue.
Hi Harsimrat.
Hello Disha, how are you?
I'm fine. And how are you doing?
Very well. I've got admission in a good college.
Really?
So here I'd like you to note that we've used our names. Now address by name adds charm to the greeting and the meeting. Rather than just say hello, hi, how are you? I'm fine. It's better to address a person by name. Hello Supriya. Hello Jatin. Hi Suresh, how are you? You see, this adds a lot of charm to the greeting and thus to the meeting. Now in a previous session, we've told you all about introducing oneself. Now we'll touch upon that very, very briefly. Now, when you introduce yourself by your first name, it's quite an informal situation. Hello, I'm Harsimrat. I'm Rohan. I'm Rahul. I'm Neha. I'm Supriya. It's quite an informal situation. Now, in a more formal situation or especially a more business-like situation, you could introduce yourself by full name. I'm Harsimrat Sidhu. I'm Atul Srivastav. I'm Richa Sharma. That sounds a little more formal. You don't normally introduce yourself as Mr. and Mrs. I'm Mr. Puri. No, somebody else may introduce you as Mr. Puri, but no, you don't introduce yourself as Mrs. So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so. That's not really the done thing. Now, how do you respond to an introduction? If somebody says, hello, I'm so-and-so, it's nice to meet you. That is how you respond to the introduction. It's nice to meet you. It's nice meeting you. It's good to meet you. Nice to meet you too. You see, when somebody says nice to meet you, aapse milke khushi hui, what should you say? Nice to meet you too, or same here. Now you have to pick the right response. This is a small exercise for you, so look down in your workbooks please, pick up your pencils. Now, good morning. I'm Rohan Seth. Somebody has introduced himself. How would you respond to that introduction? Good morning, Rohan Seth. Do take a seat. Hello, Rohan. How are you? Good morning, Mr. Seth. Do take a seat. I'll repeat the options. Good morning, Rohan Seth. Do take a seat. Hello, Rohan. How are you? Good morning, Mr. Seth. Do take a seat. Pick the right option, please. All right. Now, Rohan has introduced himself as Rohan Seth. He has also said good morning. So, it's a formal situation. It's a business situation. So, how would you respond to that? In a manner which is likewise. You would say, good morning, Mr. Seth. Do take a seat. Now, you would not say good morning, Rohan Seth. You don't repeat a person's full name. It sounds sarcastic. And you don't start responding in an extremely informal situation. Hi, Rohan, how are you? Not at all. Good morning, Mr. Seth. Do take a seat. And how do you introduce other people? We know how to introduce ourselves, but how do we introduce other people? You simply mention the person's name and how that person is related or connected to you. When you introduce somebody else, it is before other people. So I would say, this is my friend Ram. And of course, body language has to be suitable. Where is my friend Ram? This is my friend Ram. This is my brother Bobby. This is my father. And of course, when I present my father, I might say Mr. Mehta. You might present your father in a very formal manner. This is my mother, Mrs. Mehta. This is my teacher. Again, your teacher may be Mr. or Mrs. Let's look at another few examples. This is my student, Reema. This is my friend, Puneet Gupta. This is my boss, Mr. Sharma. My co-worker. Co-worker, somebody who works with me or colleague. My co-worker, Pammi Mehra. And what do people say when you introduce somebody else? Whoever you're introducing that person to would say nice to meet you. Whoever you are introducing would also say nice to meet you, or likewise. Now, how do you ask for information? If you have some simple questions, you can do it in a direct manner. There's nothing wrong with that. So we have a little activity coming up and I'll invite my colleague Disha to join me for it. So Disha, I have a long list of questions. Would you mind answering them?
Oh, not at all.
What is this?
This is a table.
What is that?
That is a chair.
What's this?
It's a pen.
What's that?
It's an apple.
What are these?
These are pencils.
What are those?
Those are books.
Where is Mr. Sharma?
He's over there.
Where is Mrs. Chopra?
She's right here.
Where's Johnny?
He's in the house.
When's the movie?
It's at 9.
What time do we take lunch?
We take lunch at 2.
How is the food?
It's delicious.
So Disha, I have a long list of questions. Would you mind answering them?
Oh, not at all.
What is this?
This is a table.
What is that?
That is a chair.
What's this?
It's a pen.
What's that?
It's an apple.
What are these?
These are pencils.
What are those?
Those are books.
Where is Mr. Sharma?
He's over there.
Where is Mrs. Chopra?
She's right here.
Where's Johnny?
He's in the house.
When's the movie?
It's at 9.
What time do we take lunch?
We take lunch at 2.
How is the food?
It's delicious.
Now these are very simple questions. Here we've asked for basic information. And you should ask for basic information in the simplest of questions. Right? Now we know what this, that, these and those means, don't we? We've done our pronouns. And similarly, how, when, where, simple questions. Right? So, simple questions can be asked in a polite tone, in a courteous manner. And there's nothing offensive about them at all. Although in some cultures, people find direct questions insulting or think they are bad manners. So, let's look a little more into simple questions. Let's take up a few more simple questions. And please notice the way my colleague would answer these questions. She would do it in a phrase rather than the entire sentence. Are you from Delhi?
Yes, I am.
Is he a doctor?
No, he isn't.
Is this free?
Yes, it is.
Do you like apples?
Yes, I do.
Is she going to the disco?
No, she isn't.
Are they going home by train?
No, they are taking the bus.
Are you coming to the party?
No, I have other plans.
Are you from Delhi?
Yes, I am.
Is he a doctor?
No, he isn't.
Is this free?
Yes, it is.
Do you like apples?
Yes, I do.
Is she going to the disco?
No, she isn't.
Are they going home by train?
No, they are taking the bus.
Are you coming to the party?
No, I have other plans.
So, my colleague has answered all these questions in simple phrases. Are you from Delhi? Yes, I am. Is he a doctor? No, he isn't. And so on. In a simple phrase. Now, it would sound very funny if I ask her, are you from Delhi? And she says, yes, I am from Delhi. It's not really required. Similarly, is he a doctor? Yes, he is a doctor. Yes, he is enough. Or no, he isn't. So now you have an exercise in your workbooks. And I want you to pick up your pens and attempt the exercise seriously. It's a very easy exercise and you should be able to get all the questions right. You have to give brief answers to the following questions. Now, my colleague and I had just demonstrated this. Answer simple questions in a brief phrase. Let's look at the first question. Can you swim? Can you swim? क्या आप तैर सकते हो? The answer would be, जी हाँ, yes, I can. So the answer would be yes, comma, I can. Full stop. No, comma, I can't. Yes, I can or no, I can't. I want you to get all these answers right. Shall we look at the next question? Did he go to work or to school? Did he go to work or to school? Next, are your classes over? Are your classes over? Next, where is my pen? Where is my pen? Next, whom did you visit yesterday? Whom did you visit yesterday? Next, which team won the match? India or Australia? Which team won the match? India or Australia? The last question. What are your hobbies? What are your hobbies? So please write the answers in your workbook and then we'll discuss them. Now let's discuss the answers. I'd already done the first question for you. Can you swim? So now we look at the rest of the questions. Did he go to work or to school? I hope you have understood these simple questions. Did he go to work or to school? So the answer would be to work, or he went to work. You may say to school, or he went to school. Now what sort of a school would it be? I don't think a person of working age would be in school in India. So it might be some sort of a dance school or hobby school. You can answer in a simple phrase or in a small sentence here. He went to work, he went to school. Next question. Are your classes over? Are your classes over? The answer would be yes, they are, or no, they aren't. Yes, they are, or no, they aren't. Next question. Where is my pen? Where is my pen? Now, where would my pen be? Over here, over there, in the drawer, in my pocket. I don't know, but whatever it would be a small phrase. The next question. Whom did you visit yesterday? Whom did you visit yesterday? कल आप किसे मिलने गए थे? So you could say my uncle, my friend, my brother, my father, whoever you went to visit. Which team won the match? India or Australia? How would you answer that? I think a one-word answer would be sufficient. India or Australia. You might say India won the match or Australia won the match. It's not really required. Do remember that a good conversation has to be efficient. Now the last question. What are your hobbies? What are your hobbies? What are my hobbies? My hobbies are reading and listening to music. Now by now I'm sure all of you know that we don't listen music. We listen to music. Listen music is a common Indian error. But whatever your hobbies are, suppose you have more than 2 hobbies. My hobbies are reading, traveling and listening to music. Suppose you have a single hobby. My hobby is listening to music. I'm sure you've been able to get all these answers correct. I'm sure you have. Well done. In the next part of the session, we look at questions which can't be answered in a single word or in a small phrase. They require an answer of at least a sentence. I'll invite my friend Disha to join us again for this part of the session. What do?
I'm a computer programmer.
Now please note, when somebody says, what do? It means, what's your occupation? I'm not asking her what she's doing right now. Okay? Sometimes people tend to answer, I'm sitting on a chair. That's an error. What do you do means what's your occupation? And note again the answer. I'm a computer programmer. So you have to answer in at least a small sentence or a simple sentence. Let's take another question. What do you do on the weekends?
I usually stay at home and watch television.
So the question was, what do you do on the weekends? The weekends would be Saturday and Sunday. So what does she do? She usually stays at home and watches television. So again, expressed in one sentence. How do you know Mr. Thakur?
He is my teacher.
Where are you from?
I'm from Lajpat Nagar, Delhi.
Where do you live?
I live in Chandigarh.
So these questions all required a simple sentence as an answer. The next part of the session is talking about family. Are you comfortable talking about your family? You probably will be. Most of us are quite comfortable talking about our families. A lot of us are too comfortable and we tend to say too much. But if you notice on TV, famous people don't like to talk about their families. They feel like their privacy is being invaded. But anyway, I don't think we have that problem. How would we talk about a family? Suppose we are introducing our parents. This is my mother, this is my father, or these are my parents. Similarly, one could say, this is my husband, this is my wife. One could also describe one's family. There are 5 members in my family. My father, my mother, my elder brother, my elder sister, and me. Now that does not sound very nice. How should you talk about your family? In case you had to describe your family, it's a good idea to mention your parents' occupations as well as the number of siblings you have and what they do. So I could say that my father is a doctor, my mother is a homemaker, I have 2 elder brothers. One is studying medicine and the other is doing his graduation. So it's just how many members are there in your family and what are their occupations. That's all. And please don't start off with a history of a very large family or an extended family. That sounds quite silly at times. So I'll invite my colleague Disha to join us again for this part of the session and we'll talk about family. Well, Disha, tell us about your family.
My father is a retired lecturer and my mother is the vice principal of soccer school, and I have an elder sister.
So you've got an elder sister.
Yeah.
You don't have any brothers?
No, I have no brother.
All right. And you're the youngest child.
Yes, I'm the youngest.
So you must be very spoiled?
No, not at all.
Not at all. All right. Do you know Kamal doesn't have any brothers or sisters?
Really?
He's the only child.
Okay.
A lot of people have a single child these days. Do you think it's a good idea to have a single child?
Yeah, I think so. Because then the only child gets a lot of importance. And then we can also take care of the increasing population of our country.
That's a good idea. So Disha agrees with double income single kid?
Yeah.
You do. All right. Well, Disha, tell us about your family.
My father is a retired lecturer and my mother is the vice principal of soccer school, and I have an elder sister.
So you've got an elder sister.
Yeah.
You don't have any brothers?
No, I have no brother.
All right. And you're the youngest child.
Yes, I'm the youngest.
So you must be very spoiled?
No, not at all.
Not at all. All right. Do you know Kamal doesn't have any brothers or sisters?
Really?
He's the only child.
Okay.
A lot of people have a single child these days. Do you think it's a good idea to have a single child?
Yeah, I think so. Because then the only child gets a lot of importance. And then we can also take care of the increasing population of our country.
That's a good idea. So Disha agrees with double income single kid?
Yeah.
You do. All right. So far we've been talking about simple actions or routine where we tend to employ the present tense. But in case we talk about past actions, we have to, of course, use past tense forms. Let's take a few examples. Now, what did you do last Friday? What did you do last Friday? My answer may be, last Friday, I went to the cinema. Last Friday, I visited my grandmother. So, went to the cinema, visited my grandmother. These are past forms. I'd like to invite my colleague back for this part of the session, and we'll demonstrate use of the past tense. Disha, what did you do last Sunday?
I went to the market.
Where did you go?
I went to Sector 17.
I see. When did you get back?
I got back in an hour.
Oh, really? Where did you stay that night?
I stayed with my parents.
I see. What did Savita have for lunch next day?
She had noodles for lunch.
And what did you eat?
I had Italian food.
Wonderful. I love Italian food. How was the weather?
Oh, it was very hot.
Disha, what did you do last Sunday?
I went to the market.
Where did you go?
I went to Sector 17.
I see. When did you get back?
I got back in an hour.
Oh, really? Where did you stay that night?
I stayed with my parents.
I see. What did Savita have for lunch next day?
She had noodles for lunch.
And what did you eat?
I had Italian food.
Wonderful. I love Italian food. How was the weather?
Oh, it was very hot.
So, I think we need to mind our tenses in our everyday conversation. Any kind of a routine action, of course, is expressed in the present tense. But what you did in the past has to be expressed in the past form. Right? Now, in the last part of our session, let's talk about expressing ourselves where our likes and dislikes are concerned. What do I mean by likes and dislikes? What all do I like? What all don't I like? For example, which color do I like? I like red, green and blue. And which is the color that I don't like? I don't like yellow. So these are my likes and dislikes where colors are concerned. Everybody has likes and dislikes. But how do you express your likes and dislikes? So I'd like to invite my colleague back to join us for the last part of our session today. Expressing our likes and dislikes. What do you like to eat?
I like fruits.
What kind of fruits?
Oranges and bananas.
Oranges and bananas. Don't you like mangoes?
No, I don't like mango.
Okay. What do you like to eat?
I like fruits.
What kind of fruits?
Oranges and bananas.
Oranges and bananas. Don't you like mangoes?
No, I don't like mango.
Okay. So Disha expressed her likes and dislikes where fruits are concerned. She likes oranges and bananas and she doesn't like mangoes. Let's take a few more examples of likes and dislikes. Mrs. Widge doesn't like coffee.
Really? Does she like tea?
Yes, she does. Does Sheila like salad?
No, she does not.
Do you like Chinese food?
Yes, I do.
Well, I don't. Do you like Indian food?
A little.
Mrs. Widge doesn't like coffee.
Really? Does she like tea?
Yes, she does. Does Sheila like salad?
No, she does not.
Do you like Chinese food?
Yes, I do.
Well, I don't. Do you like Indian food?
A little.
So we've got very different tastes. So this is how we express our likes and dislikes. Now I hope you're not sensitive about expressing your likes and dislikes. Some people actually don't like to comment on these things. I think you can quite comfortably express your likes and dislikes. It's okay for you to say that you like something or you don't like something, of course, as long as you're not making personal comments. And what are personal comments? Actually commenting on people. That's not good. So what have we learned in this session today? I think it's been a very easy and a fruitful session. We have talked about greeting people, introducing ourselves and introducing others, asking for information, framing simple questions, expressing likes and dislikes, talking about past actions, talking about our families. So it's all quite useful. And we will continue to have several more sessions in conversation skills. So from here onwards, I hope you will know how to handle simple situations, the simple situations you face every day and which we have discussed today. I'll see you again in some other session. Until next time, bye-bye.